What if I told you that your first £100 is more important than your first £1,000? Most people think investing is about finding the perfect stock or making huge returns overnight. But the truth is that successful investors don't get rich because they invested one large amount of money. They get rich because they build a habit of investing consistently over many years. In this video, I'll show you how to turn £100 into your first investment habit and why that habit could be worth far more than the money itself. Because the biggest mistake beginners make isn't investing the wrong way, it's never getting started at all. A lot of people say things like, "I'll start investing when I have £1,000, or, "I don't earn enough money to invest," but that's exactly the mindset that keeps people from building wealth. Think about learning to drive. You don't wait until you're an expert before getting into a car. You start small, make mistakes, and improve over time. Investing works the same way. The goal of your first £100 isn't to become rich. The goal is to learn how investing works and build the habit. Once you've invested your first £100, investing the next £100 becomes much easier. For most beginners, keeping things simple is usually the best approach. Instead of trying to pick individual stocks, many investors choose diversified index funds. An index fund spreads your money across many different companies, reducing the risk of relying on a single business. For example, some index funds track hundreds or even thousands of companies around the world. This means you're not trying to guess which company will be the next big winner. You're investing in the overall growth of the market. The most important thing isn't finding the perfect investment. It's choosing a sensible investment and actually getting started. Here's where most people go wrong. They invest once and then stop. But investing isn't a one-time event. It's a process. Imagine you invest £100 today. That's great. But imagine instead that you invest £100 today and then £25 every week after that. Now you've created a system. The reason wealthy investors succeed isn't because they're constantly watching stock charts. It's because they invest consistently, whether the market is up, down, or sideways. Automation removes emotion from the process. If your investments happen automatically, you don't have to rely on motivation. One of the biggest mistakes new investors make is checking their portfolio every day. You invest £100. The next day it's worth £98. You panic. A week later it's worth £103. You get excited. That's not investing. That's emotional rollercoaster riding. The stock market moves constantly in the short term. What matters is the long-term trend over years and decades. Focus less on what your investment does this week and more on whether you're sticking to your plan. Remember, the habit is the goal. The returns come later. Let's say two people invest. One waits 5 years before starting. The other starts today with just £100 and invests consistently. The person who starts earlier has a huge advantage because their money has more time to grow. Time is one of the most powerful tools in investing. You can earn more money, but you can't get lost time back. That's why starting small today is often better than waiting for the perfect moment. Because the perfect moment usually never comes. So if you've got £100 sitting around, don't focus on turning it into a fortune overnight. Focus on turning it into a habit. Learn the basics. Invest consistently. Stay patient. And let time do the heavy lifting. If you found this video useful, like, subscribe, and follow for more simple finance and investing content.